What's going on, guys? I am the alternate. What is up, Tate Army? Today we're going to talk about top 5 underhyped / underdog coasters. Now, I combine these together, and these rides are, ones that not a lot of people will tell you about, won't tell you they're great, and also when you go to a park and you get on one of these, it really helps you like that park more. So it's an underdog coaster, and it's an underhyped coaster. Alright, coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be Wicked Twister at Cedar Point. Now, this launch on this ride is actually really good, and if you sit in the back row and you go up on that back spine when you twist, it's actually really amazing to just look down. I love this ride, and I'm sure all Intimate Impulses out there are great, but I know this one at Cedar Point is a must ride, even though all the other rides at Cedar Point are must rides too, but this one you just definitely have to do. And it always has a short line. So yeah, let's get moving on to the number 4 spot. The number 4 spot is going to be Firehawk at Kings Island. Every time I get off this thing, I wonder, is this better than a B&M version of a flying coaster? And I never have a good logic to say yes or no, but I always say no. But this is literally smoother than a B&M flyer. And, Vekoma did a really good job with this one. I really like Firehawk, and it's almost a must ride for me, but it's definitely a good ride at Kings Island, and I'm definitely going to try to get on it every time it doesn't have a line, because it's actually quite inefficient. Yeah, let's move on to number 3 spot. Alright guys, coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be Gemini at Cedar Point. Now, this ride is it's just fun, racing the other rides. The drop is actually really good, and actually has a really good back row ride. So it's definitely something I'm going to try to ride just about every time I go to Cedar Point. It is walk on, and it's just a fun ride. There is some airtime. There's actually a near miss element on it, so that's why it's going to make the number 3 spot on the list, because obviously it's another coaster at Cedar Point, and with all the rides that you have to do at Cedar Point, they actually have a lot of supporting rides, which is going to make all of these rides underdog rides. So let's go ahead and get into the number 2 spot. Alright guys, coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be Stunt Coaster at Kings Island. Now, you go in this ride having absolutely no expectations, and the launch is actually really good, and the helix is actually quite intense, and then just afterwards all the scenery is amazing. Now, you stop outside of the thing, things shoot at you except the one at Canada's Wonderland, and you go into this tunnel, and every time I go into that tunnel it gets longer and longer. But this is definitely a great ride. I mean, it turned into a must ride for me this year, because I was not expecting anything at all out of this, and the launch was intense, and then the rest of the ride that followed was very fun. So that's why it's earned the number 2 spot on our list. Alright though guys, but coming in at the number 1 spot, the one nobody told me was amazing and I had no expectations for, is going to be Bizarro at Six Flags Great Adventure. Oh my goodness, this is one of the best B&Ms I've been on. Bizarro I had no rattles with it. It's just inversion after inversion, and this even actually has some theming with the fire effects and everything else it has. The Cobra roll is actually not bad on this ride. Bizarro is just an absolutely amazing coaster, and I wasn't expecting that when I went to Six Flags. I came for El Toro Nitro and King Ka, and I'm happy I got on this one. I did have to wait for it because it was a bad time of the day, but it was definitely worth the wait. That is the best B&M flyer that I have been on. So yeah, I'm going to give an honorable mention. I'm going to Hershey Park this year, and I'm assuming Lightning Racer is going to be on this list. A lot of people told me about that. But other than that, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.